Hey y'all, how are you tonight? I see we got a few people lined up here already. Jim and Eva. Eva's going, it's
I
way
don't
too
know.
early for
Eva
me.
says she's at the
Still at the beach.
nice.
Hey Jim,
We're
you
at the
still
lake.
hanging out there? I don't know. It's one of those nights. We're on a Tuesday night, and Toasted Tuesdays always seem fabulous. I have no idea why we got it on Tuesdays. It could be Wednesday. Hey, Jim, thanks for joining us. And I really appreciate you and all the other folks that are out there hanging on with us tonight and having fun with us on a Toasted Tuesday. I don't know if you guys like to drink or not, but Evelyn and I are kind of social drinkers, and that's our gimmick tonight is to have us a little drink, have some fun, and just kind of play. Not only that, but we're brand new to this live streaming with this StreamYard that we're using. Now, I remind you, I'm not getting promoted. I don't get anything from anybody else here. So this is just all us trying to figure this thing out. So makes it very interesting. One thing to talk about tonight, though, is how our dream started. And I, I, I want to kind of cover in the beginning, it was a very long, painstaking job for me. Evelyn might disagree. She knows what she went through, and I know what I went through. But in order for us to get started on this van life, we had to go through the couple of things of selling the house, selling all our possessions, and then we moved into a 31-foot RV. I've got a little clip here I'm going to show of Evelyn and some things with her. But here's the thing moving, downsizing was like super crazy for me because I guess I was raised in a family where we kept everything. Everything had to have a place, even though it might have been in the yard, might not have been worth anything. We still kept it because one day you might need that piece of aluminum or copper for something else. So we kept darn everything. Right, Evelyn?
Yeah,
She's just
everything.
smiling. That house was full of decades and decades of stuff. It wasn't like a goat trail or nothing like that, but there was a lot of things there. So we bought in 2016, moved into a 31-foot Outback, and that was kind of our adventure of a lifetime for us. Making that change, that was big, and I think Evelyn, I believe you had more of a I can say, oh, there goes my camera. I don't know why this is doing this. We got to figure this out. All right, so Evelyn, I was going to say that you had more of a kind of an awakening than I did as much because I've been wanting to do this for a long time. So, what was your take on what happened to you and what were you going through at the time?
Um, when we sold the house, or which stage?
When
Like way
we
back at the
after we
beginning.
sold the house, all the little things. Remember all the little things you used to ask me about where we're going to live, what we're going to do, how we're going to act, where we're going to
Yeah.
park at.
Well, I guess because I bought into the whole you got to have a house and a yard and that whole thing to be somebody, and you got to work. You know, just that whole story everybody is taught as they're growing up, and that is a security. But as I grew and learned more things, I realized that I saw too many people live their life like that. And then as soon as they retired, they got sick and couldn't go anywhere and passed away before they could even do anything fun. So that was kind of my awakening is like, I don't want to wait until I'm done working, like retirement age. I needed to figure out a way to do it before. Luckily, you were far more advanced in that than me. So you'd already been checking out RV life. So selling the
I
hard
didn't.
house was hard, but we had something to look forward to. So, and we actually got a really nice RV. I didn't feel like we were missing anything. So that was the first downsize, and we traveled around with that, and we found out that you're
That was
basically
long. It was
yeah, you're
really
like a
long.
semi truck. Jim, you could probably relate. But when you're that long and that big, you can't just pull into McDonald's. You got to find a big place to park, or even gas stations. You can't just pull in a little tiny gas station. So our travel got less and less because it was complicated. So the next thing was van life, and you introduced me to that. I wasn't sure I could live in a tiny space,
Especially with me.
together. So, but I was excited to try it because I love traveling. So that's when we tried it with a older model, small, very small camper, like a Explorer built out package on a regular van, and we did that for a summer, and that's when I realized, hey, if I can live in a tiny van, we could build a bigger one. So it's been a really great learning experience, and I love all the experiences that we've grown through and traveled, the traveling
I think
and all
some of
the
those is that
adventures.
I believe some of those is that we got into the RV in 2016, and we really didn't know what we were doing. Everything was brand new. How to dump the waste tank was all brand new. Um, you know, there was a lot of times that we had problems, and that waste tank is your biggest, nastiest issue that you can ever come into. We'll get into that on another video someplace else. Oh my goodness. But the whole time, see, in the very beginning, I was already talking about van living, and the only thing she said, no, it's too small. I was discussing van living before we ever left the house to move into an RV. So, in me, to my eyes, it was like I'm trying to look for some sort of baby steps to get her to the van. Don't know if it's ever going to work, but we went from 2016 to 2019 before we bought that GMC Savannah. And from that point, it was like from 2019 to 2021 before we bought the Ram ProMaster. And at that point, both of us, I believe both of us at that point were at a situation where we're going like, what the heck are we thinking about? And what was my biggest complaint?
Realize
What was my biggest complaint?
I, which one?
Hitting
I
my
don't know.
head.
Oh, the shortness of the roof and the ProMaster. I was fine.
Yeah.
You got a half inch on me, so I didn't hit my head.
Well, I got no hair up there, so every time I hit it, there was no insulation. I usually bled. It looks like we got a friend that just showed up out there also. Hey, there's Mark. There
Hey,
goes my
Mark.
camera. I'm hiding over here again. And presto, I'm back. What is going on with that? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about no troublemakers over here, but that's cool. But it was at that point in our life where we're going like, it's just not big enough. We're going through 2020, dragging a motorcycle and a trailer around, parking in parking lots, and you know, in the midst of all that junk that was going on in 2020, we were out parking in parking lots, hanging out in the woods. We didn't have solar. We didn't have any of the real necessities. So we kind of went just every couple of days having to stop by someplace and fill up our gallon jugs of water. And I guess our typical thing was trying to hit the bathroom. I see Mark showed another comment.
Yeah, no, we've never been. I've never been to New York. I've never been further north than
Hey, Mark, we're
Virginia.
over in Western North Carolina. We're Bryson City.
Oh,
What'd you say?
I see. Now I read that wrong.
Yeah, he's up in New York, and
Yeah, you
yeah,
were in
maybe
North
this year we'll
Carolina.
be back out. Maybe this year we'll be back in Western. I mean, back out to Arizona. There goes my camera
Yeah, I
again.
missed it.
I really don't
Bye.
understand.
You need
Hello,
to
I'm back.
come.
I don't know why my laptop is deciding it only wants to play so long. Probably have to hook up to a different port or something.
Don't know.
Well, that was jumping into that Ram ProMaster and doing that shopping. That was like almost a year-long event of trying to find something to purchase.
The
Tell
price.
everybody about our story about how the trouble we had going trying to find one.
Like, we would look at all kinds of ads. I mean, I'm talking like Craigslist, Facebook, any place that advertises something for sale. And we would see something, we'd call the dealer, we'd drive to the dealer. We would just, and like every time we'd get there, what we saw would already be sold. There was one time we were an hour away from the dealer. We said, we're on our way. By the time we got there, somebody from Atlanta had bought it. And that was a longer ways away. And I don't know, we were looking for used ones at the time because used ones were in a good price range at that time. But then in the meantime, while we're chasing these crazy vans all around the country, it seemed like the prices were increasing on the used. And I don't know when I realized it. I saw an ad for a brand new ProMaster that was the same price as the used one we had just looked at. And that's when my brain was like, what? I don't know. It was crazy. If you were looking for a van in 2020, you know how crazy it was, or even an RV as far as that goes. So we decided, why buy some old junk when we could get something brand new for the same price? So I found a dealer. He had 6 on his lot. I'm like, odds are good we could get one. Sure enough, we got there. There was 2 left. We got one. Another couple got the last one.
2.
Like, yeah, there was 2 left out of 6.
We were both on the lot at the same time.
Yes, it is. Because they, like, right after we got our van in 2021, like, nobody was getting anything unless it was used for the next 6 months. People would order them and have to wait 6 or 8 months to even get a van. That is exactly what happened. So that added to the frustration. But we were glad we did.
Yeah, not only did it add frustration to the whole thing, it was very much a very large pain because the moment we bought it at the end of March in 2021, and immediately started ordering stuff, and it was like the stuff that we had ordered last came in first.
Yeah.
Remember, we ordered a whole bunch of things, and our shower came in first. We're going like, that's going to be way down the road before we build the shower. The tile, and all the other gear we carried around with us for a year almost before that actually got installed.
And the stud, whatever
wood, stuff like that.
Yeah, whatever the wood is we use for the studding on the inside. Every time we went to Home Depot or Lowe's, the price would be higher. Like, that was totally bad year to build things. But we did it. We were determined.
I think I'm having a signal problem here. Yeah, it took a while to get everything going. This, so we ended up changing our vehicles. Hey, I want to throw a little clip in here real quick. Back in the day when Evelyn was first doing some of her YouTube stuff, and in this particular thing, she was a really, really country nugget. So I'm gonna flip this up here just to kind of, yeah, you're still a country nugget now. We just don't participate in our other 2 YouTube channels that we have. But let me throw this little video up here and show everybody what this. It's a great little intro of what you can put together.
I have a Ford F-350 V10 Triton, four-wheel drive to pull it with. Oh, I love that truck. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I'll be here in the camper talking to you about camping and RV life. Sometimes I'm in my pickup truck and we can go explore new places and see new things, and I just love doing exciting new things. Sometimes we'll be out here going for hikes in your future. If you stay to the end of this video, I got a little bit of good information on an exciting trip I'm going to be taking real soon.
Yeah.
Anyways, moved out of a real house, and I had to have a real big job, and I had to work a whole lot, and I never got to travel. I love this world too much. There's too much to explore. So, sold the house, bought a camper. Was like, okay, I'm too young to retire, still need an income, so I thought about work camping. I gave work camping a try. Wasn't for me, it was still a 40-hour-a-week job. I had 2 days of travel. Okay, so plan B. Alright, let's see. I Instacart, do side gigs. That's what I do. That's how I make my living. So I can travel anywhere I want, and they have a side gig, I do it. Wonderful. So now, I get to explore this wonderful country, seeing all the unique and exciting places that I only saw on TV before. Sitting in a chair, watching TV, like, oh. Now I actually get to see it, smell it, touch it, everything. I get to be there. I love trying new things. I will try almost anything once. You're not going to catch me jumping out of a plane. Sorry, not that exciting. Who wants to jump out of a perfectly good plane? Oh my gosh. Anyways, back on the subject. You'll find I have ADD. I'm sorry. I'll pull it back in. Anyways, what I have planned on my next trip is magnet fishing. I don't know if you've heard about it or not, but it is super exciting. I mean, all I'm doing is throwing a magnet over a bridge with a rope. But the stuff that you can pull up is so exciting, and I can't wait to do it. So I want you to come along on my next video and see what I pull up. I know it's going to be some exciting stuff. I can just feel it. So make sure you subscribe and come along for the ride. Country Nugget out. Talk to you later.
Oh my goodness. And how many more trips of what's it called? Magnet fishing. How many more trips of magnet fishing do we have planned for us now?
We need to find a place here in the mountain.
Actually, right now it's 0. So we need to get some more out there. We need to do some magnet fishing. So yeah, we have a bridge right down the road here, just a little ways. We should walk down there and throw it over the side a few times and see what we get. Hey, anybody else out there do any magnet fishing? What's Mark say here?
Mark is saying that he loves this lifestyle too. Instead of paying rent and utilities, traveling and enjoying new places. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Now, a little update on that video. That was when we first got started. Now we kind of stay parked for a part of a season and work seasonal jobs and then travel in the opposite season. Right now we're working summers here in the mountains and traveling in the winter. Eventually I'd like to switch that and work a winter somewhere warm so I can travel the summer in the northern part of the country where it's usually snowing in the winter. So
well, let's take is that Boo Boo? Let's take a little break here for a minute. Take a little break here, and I want to show a few things that we picked up while we're out there in Arizona. Look at the little guys on there. Is that like cool or what? Hey, Travis, come to Uwharrie. Yeah, we want to go over there and do some gold mining. Yeah,
love Uwharrie.
I've got the little Route 66. These are my little my juice providers tonight. And then if you haven't done it yet, Harvest Toast. This one here is called D3, like triple D, but they could only do D3 because somebody else already had triple D. but that was with one of our Harvest Host stays.
What's a distillery?
Yeah, that was
Was that Arizona?
in Kingman, Arizona.
Oh, Arizona.
Yeah, but it was in Kingsman, up in the top left-hand corner over there off of I-40. Remember when I had to drive down to the airport?
Yes.
It was locked in. Had to spend a night with chickens. I don't know how you get chickens out of the airport. That had to be crazy. Crowing in the middle of the night. Travis, are you over? I think if I remember right, you're over in what you put down Uary, but is that not? Let me think of this for a second. Heck, is that near? Did you say you were living in Troy? I think he's still out there. I don't know if he's still there or not. thought I remember you saying something about you were in Troy or someplace out there. Maybe I'm thinking something different.
We have
anyway
the gold panning equipment. We're ready for that.
Oh, I definitely want to go to Uary and do a little bit of gold panning this summer. The plans are to go spend some time over there. I know we got to go back to Florida. I think we're doing that. We're still doing that trip in June.
I don't know.
You're now changing your mind. Hey guys, here's how we have an open conversation. We put her on video so she has to kind of commit to something.
No, our plans change all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. We might be down there in June because it'll probably change. Heck, I don't know. But anyway, our van life, getting back to this van life deal, our van life really, 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 once we got the 2021 Ram ProMaster, our life changed right there. We hardly did anything else except for work on the van until it got too hot down in Florida, and then we kind of chilled out a little bit, started making little trips with it, and we got several different trips under our belt. And one of them, I don't know how we managed to do it, but we were always near a train someplace. We got trapped by a train, had to stop across the crossing. We ended up being stuck there. But didn't they say they had to do some work on the train or something in that spot? I don't know.
No, it was just it was like an island park where you could camp, and the train went right across it, and they stopped to do whatever trains do when they stop, and then they moved on. But it was like a 20-minute stop. Maybe they were changing cars out or something, but
yeah, there was no movement, no engines running. Well, it might have been something running, but it was way down there off to the side.
It wasn't a tourist train. It was actually a what do you call it? Freight train. So they might have been picking up or dropping off freight. They were
always
big.
seem to be around a train somehow.
Yeah, we do.
Oh my gosh.
I love trains.
Never know how much you like a train until you actually start working on a train, and then you go like, when you think about it, I'm going like, there's been a train around us virtually our whole life. We lived in Wauchula. There was one just a block over, Lake Placid on the other side of the neighborhood. Enough that it shook the windows in the house always.
Yeah.
Sebring just quarter mile away. I mean, across kind of in the backyard on the other side of the Orange Grove, almost like Lake Placid.
Yeah.
So, heck yeah. But anyway, so it took us a long time to build out that Ram. It's dead
south.
Well,
we kept stopping.
Yeah.
If you just cut out all the stopping time, 5-6 months at the most?
Oh, it's
everything
probably
completely?
more like 4 months. Because when we got back, it was March, April, and February, March, April. So we spent 3 months in 2022, and we went from having solar and 2 batteries and a bed and refrigerator. So everything else is built.
Well, 2021
solar
we had to
bed.
wait on like we had a lot of stops when we first started in 2021, waiting on
Mhm.
stuff to come in and get back
Yeah.
in stock and whatever because of the 2020 stuff. So
Right.
yeah, it was a lot of stopping and starting. But yeah, it wasn't that hard. Just built a tiny house inside of a van.
Absolutely. And that's what makes it really neat. Is that we did have some experience with your cousin building a few tiny houses. Not a whole bunch involved with that, but we did help with those things and went to some tiny house festivals. But building a home inside 11 foot 9 inches by almost 6.5 feet wide, and inside they're doing that. So
Completely custom. Every wall is cut different.
what's that?
We have
Oh,
yeah. How many you got, Mark? How many lithiums you got? We have 4, and we were thinking about we wanted to add a roof air condition, add more. But that's something we're thinking about.
no, we bought the first 2 batteries, and then 8 months later bought the second 2, added to it. And we haven't really had any sort of challenge with them. There are 4
But now
lithiums now.
don't they have those? Don't they have those double sized batteries now?
Mark says he's got 4. Yeah, they make much larger ones that are fit in the bigger cases, but are lithiums. It's like if you open up the battery that we have, it's not completely full with lithium cells. What's the dog?
Oh. He wants, I don't know. He wants attention.
Oh my goodness!
What's the matter, Boo? Nobody paying you any attention? Let me see if I can turn my camera around. You see the Boo? Look,
there we
there he
go.
is. He's in the bed. We custom built that bed for him.
And we had to find a place to put a 30-gallon water tank that was just going to be a bench seat for us, and so we turned it into a bench for the dog. Hey, and Travis says he's 3 miles from Coggins Gold Mine, Russell Mine.
Oh,
I don't know where that's at. We've been over to
I don't know.
Reed's. We went over to it's a state park now. We went over to Reed's, hung out there for a little bit, and then I know where some others are at, but I don't know where Coggins is located. Where's that one at, Travis?
Near Dewey.
Well, thank you very much, Evelyn.
Road trip.
I don't know if I could mix and match batteries. Oh. Well, Mark, here's what we did. We got the same brand, the same of everything. Our vendor told us to not buy 200 amp hour or 300 amp hours, add with the 100s. So we do have 4 100 amp hour batteries from the same company. 2 of them were 8 months later, and he said that shouldn't cause you any trouble anyway. They're all the battery management system, BMS, all control everything the same way. So he said you shouldn't have any sort of problem. He asked us, if you do have a problem, let us know. I said, all right. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go switching batteries, just like the guy told me, don't go switch and add up. Keep a 100 on there and then go to add some 200s in it, but because that's a mess up as far as matching. But so yeah, this summer I want to do some gold mining, and so I plan on going to Uary someplace. At one time I did a map of where to go gold mining at. My brother, by the way, his name is Mark, and it's not Mark Wolf, but it's Mark Butcher thing going on here. And so, but he lives over in the Rock Hill area of South Carolina, and he tells me that he loves going around to Uary and doing some mining over there. Well, so anyway, I know we got that little short video. And what else do I have on here? I don't remember what this one is that I got. It's not showing me a picture. You see it? Oh, I think it's just a little goofy thing. Here we go. Subscribe.
Oh, that's the one at the
Yay. If you're not on here, subscribe. I couldn't remember what else we had posted up here. But that one with Evelyn, back in the days when she was running the Country Nugget YouTube channel, she still has it. Well, we are going to duck out of here. We've been on here for just about 35 minutes. Oh my gosh, I can't even put it together. And so, hey, I want to say thanks everybody for being part of our show tonight. You didn't see what, Mark? Oh, you didn't see what that one was about? It just says subscribe.
Oh, yeah, it was one of our outros for subscribing. We'll play it again here when we leave.
Here, just like this. Subscribe. Since you're already subscribed, don't worry about it. But the rest of the people are going to be seeing us flash on the screen when they look at it again. And where are we at back here? Mark says, what? You already struck gold. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that part. Yep. Yep, the picture, you got that. Hey, Travis, appreciate it. We'll catch up with everybody a little bit later. And so one thing I want to do right here at this point here with Evelyn is I want to throw up this little part that she's always has some fun with this. So here we go, guys.
Oh, well, hello. You're still here. Okay, well, if you're going to hang out, do something useful like subscribe. Hang around for the next video. Something. Bye, guys.
And so with that being said, I'm going to tell everybody it's time for us to sign off. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. And look at her. She's just smiling as could be. And give everybody a wonderful, wonderful greeting. Hope you have a good day. And look, join us again next Tuesday. And don't forget all of our other videos out there. If you could, we're looking for those watch times, those watch hours. And we really appreciate it if you take a couple of minutes to heck, put the video on. And if you don't watch it or you get bored by it, tell me you get bored. All right. And the other thing is stick the video off in a corner and let it just play for a couple of times so we get some more view times. Because we're still struggling to hit that that monetization. I want to get it so Evelyn can still sit around instead of having to say, well, I do this and this, that we can get on the road and start having some other good times. Yeah, yes, and good talking to y'all. And y'all have a really good night. And glad to see and have everybody with us tonight. Appreciate everything. All right. You have a good evening.
Have a good night. See you next week.